Hi everybody, this is Shah, and today I'm going to do an episode with Cooking with the Tarot, and I'm sorry but you can't see me because I'm here. I've got the camera already lined up onto the stove. I'm going to make chicken vegetable soup with fresh chicken and stock and vegetables. This is the chicken stock like last time. I'm putting in potato. I already peeled it, and I've got chicken already cut up with vegetables. It's like a wok vegetables I'm using because they're coarser. It's got leek, it's got purple onion in it, it's got courgette in it, it's got carrots in it, it's got red peppers in it, and it's 400 grams. I won't be using all of it, and I will be taking you through the stages of that. And I've peeled potatoes, about 2 kilos, and I'm going to make a Dutch dish which is both meant for winter, to warm up and to have solid food. So I've got bacon cubes, and I'll be frying them up and make them crispy. And then I've got Andive, finely shredded Andive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil the potatoes, put the raw Andive in there with the bacon, and that is scrumptious. Now also here in Holland you have smoked sausage, and you can also, besides the bacon, you can eat sausage with this. We've got a word called stampot. So a stampot means a mixed pot. All the basic is potato. You can do it with potato, carrots and onions. You've also got sauerkraut with potatoes, and some people put pineapple in there to sweeten it up. You also have curly kale. Kale is really in at the moment, raw kale with shakes, but we eat it with potato and also with a pork chop or a sausage, any kind of meats. Okay, I'm not a meat eater really. I sometimes eat bacon and chicken, that's about it. And a minced meat, like meatballs in the soup. But this soup is basically chicken soup with vegetables. So I'm going to pull out the salt and the pepper. I like using black pepper, and also I'm going to put the salt into the potatoes, and I'm going to cook the potatoes whilst I am doing the bacon and the soup. Okay, so I hope you will enjoy this. If you would like the recipe, then just send me an email and I will send you the recipe. I will try to put down the details for each recipe as well below in the description box. This is also 2 dishes that you can freeze in if you've got too much, if you're on your own, for example, or if you are preparing it for another day. So here we go. I'm going to light up the potatoes and let them boil. I hope you can see everything. I will put the fan out. There we go. I've got my earpieces on again so that you don't get disturbed by the traffic that's passing by or ambulances, because I do live across the hospital. No, I haven't got the strength to cut this open. So here we go. I have to keep an eye on the time for pre-recording, otherwise it will be too heavy, too long to load up. So I will pause from time to time. Okay, so this is just like bacon, but bacon cubes as we call them, and they're cool. I love them when the fat is out of them. So this is not really a fatty food. Okay, so there we go. Lighten the fire here as well, and we'll have to put the extractor on. That's why I've got my earpieces on so you don't hear that. Whilst that is going, I'm going to I've got a 2 litre, I think it is a 2 litre, 2.5 litres pan here, and I'm opening the stock again, and I will be adding water again, 3 jars of stock, so then you have about 1.5 litres of soup or broth. Now what with soup, I always put in more water with the stock, because stock can be very, very concentrated, and I can always strengthen the stock with a cube. Now if you are vegetarian, but there's different types of vegetarians, then you can always there's different types of vegetarians, 3 or 4 different types. Some eat fish and chicken, others don't, so I don't want to discriminate anybody. So if you are a vegetarian that eats chicken, then this is a dish for you, okay, and otherwise use vegetable stock. Okay, it's sizzling nicely away here, and I'm doing this without fat, so that the fat will retain in the pan. Okay, this is very simple. I'm going to put in the fresh chicken as well, so that can be put on boil. I won't use all of the chicken because the rest will go into the deep freeze for the next time round. Pull the pieces apart. They're just about that big. And that should strengthen the broth as well. I will put that into a plastic bag. I've got water here ready to rinse my hands. So I like to have clean water to wash my hands. Don't put it on too high a fire. Just let it melt down. Okay, so there we go. Put the lid back on. I like cooking this way because then I don't have to cook so much or so often, and the restovers I just freeze in. You can, if you don't want to use it yourself, then you can, and you've got pets, then you can always cook it, put it in the deep freeze and take it out again at a later date for your pets. But I use it for dishes, and sometimes Millie is lucky. There we go. It's coming down, the cubes. There's a lot of fat coming out. The plastic will go into the plastic bin. Now I'm going to start dicing the potato, because I am going to put a potato into the chicken soup just to thicken it up a bit. It's like a winter stew. Just dice them up. Then you can put them in later into the soup when you're putting the vegetables in. Okay. But if you know me, then you know that I also put a cube in for some stock, some dried stock. I'm not using vermicelli this time. My grandmother used to say, chicken soup is a penicillin against flu. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look. That's that. Right. Better get another wooden spoon out. Right. For the soup, just to stir it. Stir it from time to time. Okay. Well, this is going nicely. I've got a very small kitchen. I'm used to a big kitchen because I used to have a 6-meter kitchen. I love cooking, especially for people that appreciate it. Right, I'm going to put it on a pause, otherwise it will be too long to load up. So I'll see you back in a minute. Now you can see that all the fat is come out, dripped out, and that is what they look like, the little bacon cubes. The potatoes are boiling at the moment, so I'm going to leave them there, and now I'm going back to the soup. The soup is coming on really nicely. Just give them a stir. Where's my spoon? Here. And the meat is already turning from pink to cooked, like that, the color of chicken. So just let it go easily. It's not boiling yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to boil, then switch it off, and then put a half a cup of stock in it. That's dried stock, like crumbled up cubes. And it's looking good. I'm enjoying this. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. It's really cold here, and in some parts of Holland, Netherlands, it is that we've got snow. So I'm just going to leave that boil, and then I'll turn it off, and then I'm going to put in the stock. Okay, so I'll see you again in a minute. Right, now it's coming to the boil, and so I'm going to take it off the fire, and I'm going to switch that one off, and then I can put this one back on, and very, very low fire, take off the lid, and then I'm going to put in the stock first. Whilst you're putting in the stock, keep on stirring, and I think it would be wiser to use the mixer. So I'm going to do that so that there won't be any lumps in the soup. And this has got corn in it as well. Now if you don't have those little jars with concentrated stock in the supermarkets where you live, then you can always use a chicken leg, a drumstick, a total big leg, and boil that up, and then put your cube of stock, that's salt and seasoning all together. You can put it in, and that will you don't have to put salt and pepper in. Now I'm going to take the potato, all the cubes, they're only little diced cubes like that, very thin, and then I'm going to take the plastic bag with all the vegetables, the onions, the courgettes, leeks, carrots, and I'm going to put in small handfuls. This is 400 grams, so I'll be putting in half of this, so that will be something like 200 grams, and it looks scrumptious. And you can have this as an evening meal or before a meal if you're doing a 3-course meal, and it will be very filling, especially with a French bread. And then warm up the French bread. When you buy a stick of bread, then make sure that if you warm it up in the oven before you use it, that you dampen it with cold water and then put it in the oven, and then make butter and garlic, parsley, butter to put on the bread when you're going to eat the soup, and that is scrumptious. It's really healthy food. There we go. Now let it boil, warm up and cook on a very, very small light. Now this is what we've got in Holland. This is something that has 2 layers with vacuum in it, and you put it on the smallest light or fire. It's not right in the center there. So you put it to the smallest, and that's how you can stew the soup. And that's it. And that will be ready in 15 to 20 minutes to eat. Just put the lid back on, make sure, check it from time to time, stir it so it gets all evenly cooked. And you'll have a delicious meal. Now let's have a look if the potatoes are ready. They're not ready yet, so I'm going to pause again, and then I'll show you the next stage of the one pot meal, the mixed pot meal. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Hi everybody, I'm back now. The potatoes are still cooking. They just need 1 or 2 moments, and the soup is really steaming hot, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. Lovely, absolutely gorgeous. And look at that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Scrumptious. Right, just don't let the soup boil. So switch it off when it is coming to the boil. Soup must never boil. Okay. And I don't want my vegetables like snot, so I just like them a little bit crunchy, so I've kept some vegetables crunchy, and so I can sprinkle it over. That is also to garnish it and all the color vibrant, so you have some fresh and some cooked vegetables. Now I'm going to drain the potatoes, and I've got to switch off the computer for this because the computer is next to the sink, so I have to be very, very careful. So bear with me, and then we'll go on to the next stage. Okay, my darlings? Yes, I am using oven gloves. Always be prepared in the kitchen. Okay, now I've got one of these things. I don't know whether you can see. That's what they looks like, and then you mash the potatoes. It's a mash stamper. So you stamp the potatoes, a potato stamper, and that will bring it to, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to stamp the potatoes. Some people put milk in it, sometimes I do as well, but I will be putting butter in it as well. Now the bacon is salty, so I'm not going to put salt in. You can do that to own taste. Once the potatoes are stamped and they're crumbled, I put a little bit of milk in it, because otherwise it will be too dry. And that's what I do with my mash as well. Okay, and I put a little bit of real butter in it, and that's what makes it so scrumptious. It sounds really fatty, but it isn't. It's just a thick slice that I put in. I don't eat that much dairy products except for milk. So just let that mix that in, and then it will be sort of like a easy puree. Let the butter melt underneath the potatoes. I don't know whether you can see this. That's what it looks like. Now I'm going to put in the bacon, and the fat is set on one side of the pan, so it's not that fat, and that's the salt in the dish. But if you like it saltier, then you have to put salt into it. I won't. Salt is too bad, not good for the kidneys and blood pressure. There you go. And I clean the pan out before I wash it with tissue so that the fat don't cling on the drain. Now I'm going to open this bag with the Andive, raw Andive, and then I'll be sprinkling half of this into the pan and mixing it. Now, it all depends if you like your mashed potatoes with vegetables to be lots or little. It's right up to your taste, right? So and then you put on the heat again, because the raw Andive will slink. So just take this. I don't like when I'm cooking, I don't want I wash my hands often, but I don't go into the pan and lick the spoons off. I think that's a bad habit. So I'm trying to get off all the vegetables. I don't lick my fingers and then go in and out of the pan. I think that's disgusting. Okay, well, I love doing this. I hope you will try this out, because this meal is really cheap. The chicken was for 200 grams, was the chicken bits were 99 cents. Now the potatoes, they were for 2.5 kilos, 4 euros, but I used a half a bag, so kilo approximately. The bacon was about 3 euros, 2.98 or something like that. So this is a really cheap meal. And I used half of the chicken, so 45 cents, and the stock is about €1.50, €1.60. So you get 2.5 liters of soup, and the vegetables were about €1.50. Right, we'll have to put the fire back on, and it is quite dry, so the butter hasn't melted yet, and I don't want to use too much butter, so I'm going to, and you can see that it is already slinking because of the heat of the potatoes, and just keep on mashing it through until it's really a lovely color. It looks like spring, really. Now you just fold it in, so you create air in the potatoes and it becomes fluffy. It's a bit sturdier than mashed potatoes, okay? You don't want it runny and sloppy. And this will feed about 4 to 6 people, especially if you do the soup before, because then it will be a really heavy meal. So fold it in. I know some of you will say you mustn't cook with metal in a pan. You're quite right, but this is aluminium, so it's alright, it won't scratch. It's not layered, special layer in the pan. So just turn the fire down, and you can, if you are on your own and you make a big pan like this, then you can cool it down and put it in the deep freeze. I love the pink and the green. The pink is the, what you call it, the bacon. And it's quite enough meat because there's a lot of chicken in the soup. So this is going to be a solid meal. Now, I'm going to just reheat that on a very slow light. And just to show you what it looks like, I'm going to dish it out on a little plate, so that you see what it's like. Vegetarian spaghetti, you can call that, but it isn't vegetarian because it's bacon. and that is what it looks like. There you go. And this is a traditional Dutch dish. And then just put the fire off, and that is what it looks like. Bon appetit. And now we're going back to the chicken soup. Just put the tops on everything. The chicken soup. It is nearly also ready. It's absolutely scrumptious. So that is, the chicken will literally have to fall off the fork. Let's see if I can fish any chicken bits. Yes, you can just separate it with the fork. Absolutely. And I'm going to also get a bowl of that. And ladle it out. And tomorrow it will be even better. There you go. Get some chicken. Ooh, nice. It smells gorgeous. Now, I love the bouillon. The bouillon is stock. And that is what it looks like. Boom. There you go. Gorgeous. So there you are, my darlings. That is my dinner for tonight. Try it out. It's cheap, and you can deep freeze it, and it's lovely. And it is full of vitamins. There you go. Enjoy. Bon appetit.
Hi everybody. Well, I thought I would do a cooking episode, a tarot and cooking, as I've got the Cook's Tarot, and I'm going to lay the cards down. I've already done the dishes. Let's see whether it resonates with the dishes. I cooked soup, chicken vegetable soup, and I've also done a Dutch dish, which is a one pot dish. So it's like a crock. In some countries you would call it a crock, but we call it stampot. And the Cook's Tarot is by Judith McKay Sturd, and you can look at all the cards back in the review, and I just love these cards. Okay, so let's see what resonates with the dish and what next week's general energy is besides each zodiac sign reading that I've done for next week. Okay, these are just beautiful cards. I enjoy using them. They've got a really good vibe. They've got the South American, Chile, Mexican vibe on them. Hispanic, Italian, Greek. So anyway, I love the cultures and the mixtures and the history that they bring. Okay, let's do another shuffle. They're bigger than the usual cards. They're bigger than oracle cards, so that it's a bit tougher to shuffle them. So bear with me. I hope you like your weekly readings. Okay, let's have a look. Now I'm going to take one top, one bottom, one top, one bottom. One for in 3 steps. So we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles. And I'll do it like this so that you can see them. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get them all 4. I just want to see the whole picture. Okay, we've got the 4, I think, yes, and we've got the 5 of Pentacles. So this is for next week. Let's see. Well, we've got the big soup pan, or one pot meal. And we've got balance, trying to find the balance. We've got also somebody dancing in the kitchen, the Horn of Plenty. Oh, yeah, she's been cooking. and she's happy. Then we've got the grocery store with all the vegetables and sweets. Okay, lovely. And at the bottom of the deck we've got the Two of Cups. So I'll put that like that. Perhaps if I bring it down a bit, we can see all the cards. Okay, the Two of Cups. Let's look. Well, it's magic that they all fit in. Okay. Okay, the energy on Monday, there could be offers, there could be news coming, there could also be invitations to creativity, passion, something nurturing. You might be starting something. This could be news about love or an offer of a job for some of you. It could be a one-time offer. That is what I'm feeling. There will be light at the end of the tunnel because we've got a candle here as well. Let's see whether we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. And that really looks nice. Better. Okay. Now, some of you, after getting this news or this offer, you might be up in your head about it. That's what I also feel. You might be juggling between two choices. There could be two choices. You've got two. So that is definitely a message from the divine, the angels, something, joining up with somebody, partnering up, definitely emotionally balanced. This is good news because it will make you happy. It will make you feel that you are balanced. So the juggling that you're doing will bring positive results. You might be balancing work and home. You might be also, I feel this is more homely. You might be working from home, and you have to balance between money. Might have to balance the money, home and work. Also emotionally, perhaps the balanced work and romance. Yes, I think that is quite significant. 2 and 2 is 4, so something, this news that you're going to get is good news. It will also bring stability in the home. 4 is stability, proper foundations. I think it will also be for long term. It's tangible, durable. Definitely. You'll be dancing. You might not know all the information yet. If you can, try to find out more information so that you can take a choice between two different things. Also have faith in yourself, trust the situation, trust yourself that it will bring in abundance. You might feel out of sorts, you might feel left out, but that will return very quickly, because once you're partnering up, you're one of the group. I think it could be also in a group of people. You will definitely have a choice, the pick of the, I'm hearing this, the pick of the group or the pick of something, because there's a lot of things happening and you've got two. So there might be choices, two choices. Okay. There could be an offer of love. There could also be an offer of a job at the same time. Very interesting. Now, with relating to the dish, yes, we've got the one pot dish. I've made 2 dishes, definitely. I've made 2 dishes. I've made soup, chicken vegetable soup, and I made Andive bacon and potato pot. It's like a crock. Okay, now, do we need any clarification cards? What do you think? Yes, I think we do need a clarification card why you might be feeling out of sorts. Remember, there are institutions, usually you see 2 people, one leaning on another. This child is guided by a guardian or their mother, or grown up in any way. He feels alone, so that's why he might feel out of sorts. And also he's got looking at the choices. Yes, that usually is a window, the church window with the Five of Pentacles, and people left outside the church. The church represents institutions and municipalities, so some of you might be working or going to work for a municipality. Now let's see what we have. We've got Temperance, again balance. So balance your emotions. There could be a significant person here. That could be a Sagittarius. And we've also got the Knight of Cups, so that could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Well, we're near the time of Pisces, so you might be balancing things still until around the 21st of February. That's 21st of February, 23rd, depending what year you were born in. Now, the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, what has to be balanced? We've got the Star. So something, you have to balance something in the time of Aquarius. We are going into Aquarius energy in a couple of days at the end of the week, the 21st of January, 23rd, but we are in the time of Aquarius. So in the time of Aquarius, this is the new age of Aquarius. Your wish will come true for a lot of you, and you will be finding your balance. You might even, the Star is also spiritual to me. It's in the cosmos, the divine, in the sky. The Star of David is coming up in my head. Perhaps you might have been getting a job or trying to fulfill a wish or a goal since Christmas. Okay, the Star of David, Star of Bethlehem. A wish is coming true in the time of Aquarius, especially Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius and we're going into Aquarius. So there will, now, what is the Two of Pentacles? I would like a clarification on that. Although that look is Pentacles, you've got two buckets, and it's quite amazing that you have the cups there. So emotions, balancing emotions, your spirituality, because also the Stars talking to me, your higher self, your inner self, your intuition, and your mind, new ideas, balancing those. The Ace of Pentacles on the Two of Pentacles, you're going up from 1 to 2, so you are moving upwards. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. A new beginning is the Ace of Pentacles. That means a new job, a new house that's tangible, durable, and for long term. It could also be a relationship. Now, we are talking about Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So time of Capricorn in Aquarius or Aquarius in Capricorn could also be significant. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm going to lower the vision of the deck so I can get all the cards back upright. Then you can see all of them. So that is the fourth. So that is there. Also, this is declaring you're moving onwards. There might be a promotion. Also, there could be a new study for some of you. A reward. I'm also seeing a reward. Look at the star. We've got the star. Where is the star? Here. We've got a star shape, the pentagrams, and we have also like the star. This is a herb that tastes like aniseed. That is called the star herb. I don't know whether any of you know that. That is absolutely lovely. Success is here this week, and I can relate to the recipe. It was a wish of mine to do something, and it is starring this video, and it is also in the kitchen. We've got the full in the kitchen, so we've got something in the kitchen. We've got a dining room, we've got the one pot crock, and we've got a variety of vegetables or sweets in the shop, and this soup is vegetable soup, also a variety of vegetables. Yeah, and I can dance. Yes, I can resonate with this. I love it. Yes, I can relate this tarot reading for next week as the general reading generally, and also to the recipe that I have chosen. I hope you like this, and it's just a little extra, just a little bit of fun. Compare it to your zodiac sign and see whether it resonates with your weekly. So the prominent people are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, also very spiritual, again a spiritual week. You might be getting relaxing and getting to know yourself, your inner self, your higher self, bringing in the balance between heart and mind, heart and soul, or work and the home front. Awesome. And you might be partnering up with the water signs. Aquarius, Sagittarius is prominent as well, and also Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Take the Aquarius and the Capricorn also as time, if you are so inclined to do so. At the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords meaning leaving rough waters behind, and this is for everybody. This is a general, going into quieter waters, moving home, or going on holiday. So yes, like I said, moving home, starting a new study, starting a new job, something that's tangible, or a new relationship. Awesome. I hope you've enjoyed this little reading, and sorry, that is the Six of Swords is the overall energy. Lovely. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the menu or the recipes that I've used for this reading. Take care and let me know what you think about it. Love you all, my cyber angels. Don't forget to like and share, and please subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Take care, my darlings. Have a wonderful week.